Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 36 of Direwolf20 Server Play Series on Forgecraft with Player and Neptune and Tema, and I think that's pretty much everybody's in channel with us. Quetsy's in here too, I think. How you guys doing?
Yeah, not doing too bad.
Cool. We're messing around on the server trying to track down the cause of some tick rate lag, but I think we've got it stable enough that I can hopefully record a video. We'll see how it goes. So I've got my ME system up and running. We've got now 6 4K storage units, and again, we're maxing out on types rather than bytes used. So that's telling me that we've definitely got the right sizing of storage devices. I don't really want to shrink it down to 1K, but 4K is definitely the right one to go for now, just with the large number of different types of items that I have laying around. I have been setting up my mining system, and it's actually the mining system I want to look at a little bit right now because I would like to upgrade it. We can see I've got a ton of items in here that are ready to get dumped into my AE system, but what I really, oh good, a stack of gold, perfect. I really needed gold, and I'm glad I just found some. Awesome. Yeah, I kind of let my mining system go, and I'm really glad that I did. I also got a bunch of nether quartz, as promised, between episodes. There we go, getting back through here, so we should have a bunch of quartz. Awesome. So what I'm going to do, actually, is I've got pretty much everything I need here. I'm just going to get a stack of redstone, and I'm going to get myself 16 of those golden silicon doohickey things. That'll do. Perfect. And we'll smelt them up real quick in the induction furnace. And I'm pretty sure that's the main component that I need for the 4Ks. Let's see, 4K, we're going to craft like 3 more of these things. It should probably be complaining that it needs basic processors, so I'm going to hook it up. And how's it going? Oh, now we're missing Certus quartz. Okay, cool, awesome. So back to being low. But I think that might have gotten me at least 1 more disk, so I'll take it. So I can store a few extra things here. However, where was I? I want to do things. I want to do a lot of cool things. Let's get ourselves some transfer pipes and some transfer nodes. And I think we'll want some speed upgrades, and that's probably about all I need right now. Yes, that'll do. Let's also go down here and see about transfer. All right, I've got 2 transfer nodes. I need another one of these, though. So, you. Got a chest, I've got a couple of these things, and I've got one of these, so we're good to go. Cool. I want to show you guys a new type of node. So, I'm showing off your Retrieval Node, Mr. Tema. Fancy. This Retrieval Node's actually really cool. The only thing I don't like about it is using an emerald in the recipe. But that's okay. I'll forgive you. Tema's like, I'm not listening.
No, I'm here. I'm just distracted by something else.
Okay, that's fair enough. I also want filters.
So is now a good time to mention that I'm going to be making the recipe slightly more expensive?
More expensive is cool. I just don't like emeralds in a crafting recipe because they're such a pain to get a hold of. They're so rare in World Gen unless you're in the right biome. And then, villagers are sometimes hard to find. I don't know. They're just a nuisance to come across, that's all.
Fair enough.
That's just me, though. Don't worry about it. That should get me 2 item filters. Alright, I think that's all I need. I'm going to do a little bit of an upgrade. Something bothers me about the way my whole mining system down here works, and I'm going to show you what it is. Let's see. Every time I want to move this system, I have to do a couple annoying things. And I'm ready to move it now, so I could show you, but I'm basically just going to tell you. First off, I have to move this ender chest along with it, and I have to move the pipes, but unfortunately I can't get the pipes to remember the settings that are on them. So I always have to kind of move the pipes, reconfigure everything, and then reset up. Ooh, slime, hello there. Hooray. And then reset up the settings. But to set up the settings correctly, I need to have a fully broken pick and a fully repaired pick, so I have to kind of like wait for one cycle to do that, and it's just it's a nuisance. So I'd like to no longer have to modify the settings of what pick to pull out and put into the arcane bore every time I move the arcane bore. And for that, we're going to use these awesome new retrieval nodes, courtesy of Mr. Tema. Awesome. Can't wait. Ooh, yeah, I can work around that issue. I came up with a problem and then I solved it. So we're going to come over here and get the stuff we need to solve it, actually. What would that be, you're probably wondering? Covers. Stone bricks cover will do. It's just a little bit nice. So I'm thinking if I want to do this properly, I'm going to be way down here with it. And we're going to have our ender chest. And I'm thinking right here would be a good spot. Hello there.
Hello.
Here, I'll make you lightning more. Alright, so what I want to have set up is we're basically going to use, and this is going to be a really compact system once I have it ready, but we are going to have to kind of prepare it a little bit. Basically this. Now, do I need to start this all the way back here? Not necessarily. If I was being conservative with my piping, I would probably start it up further ahead, but I'm not being conservative with my piping. I'm being conservative with where I have the infrastructure for this whole build versus the parts that I have to move. So I want all the infrastructure for this whole setup to be in the same spot. That's why I'm doing it this way.
It's
so hard to...
cheap.
What's that? Yeah, the pipes are pretty cheap, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so that's cool. I can kind of basically just do this. So the nice thing about this is I can do all of this in one motion. Ready? Check it out. Right there. Boom. That's going to both pull the items out and insert the pick all in one shot, because what the retrieval node does is you can configure it to pull items out, and you can specify exactly which items to pull out. So you can see it already pulled out one item here. Cool? So now obviously I have to filter this thing, so I just wanted to have that set up as a demonstration. So I'm going to break this guy for now to prevent him from pulling out any further stuff, but you can see it pulled out the wand focus. So it reached all the way down there and pulled out the wand focus. How cool is that? So the retrieval node basically sits on an inventory and pulls items out of whatever inventories are connected to it based on whatever criteria I give. So I'm ready to move this thing anyway, so let's do it. And we'll see how much easier it is to move now. I should have on me and don't one set of items. And that would be the little pipes from Forgecraft. That's the one other thing that's like a nuisance to move. Essentia tubes. 10 of them? Yeah, I might be cutting it close with that. Let's get ourselves a little bit of Quicksilver. I want to get like just... It requires gold. And gold is really my sticking point at this point. And glass. I am very rapidly going to need to set up the rest of my AE system to do lots of automation and cool stuff. Alright, I'll be right back once I make these and go downstairs again. So this should hopefully be as easy as it is to move now. I just need my arcane bore base. So again, I'm just improving the design that I had originally on this. We'll put it this way. That's fine. You can face that way. It really doesn't matter which way. We'll put our tesseract down, which does remember its settings, so we don't have to reconfigure that. We'll need the Essentia jars. 1, 2. We'll want the arcane lamp, and then we just want the Essentia tubing hooked up and connect to the little thing back there. Hello there. Sudden frame rate freeze.
Hello, Dyer. How are you doing?
Yeah, right. So if I set this up correctly, it should just be something like this. That should be the right way to do it. And then the same deal here. I'll just run this across the same line right on top of it. See, little tick rate issues that we're dealing with right now. And then we'll just set this thing to run. Oh, I need to get that thing. All right, let me get this thing running. That's what I'll do first, and then I'll go get more pipes. So you should be going now, and you're not, because I didn't put items in you. The main reason I wanted this running now is so that I get my broken amethyst pick, so I can show you guys how this is going to work. Cool, and you guys should start running and doing your thing. Perfect. Good, everything's working great. Alright, I needed more pipes. Tema pipes, that is. Yeah, I used a lot of them. But like Tema said, they're not that expensive. Okay, so we set this thing up down here, and then what we'll do is we'll come right back as soon as this bore is finished operating, and we have a completely broken amethyst pick, and I'll show you why this is making my life so much easier. Alright guys, so we're back. So we can see that the amethyst pick has been damaged, so I'm going to go ahead and add it to an item filter. There we go. And then this item filter will go right here with the retrieval node. Cool. There we go. And we're going to put the filter right here. Cool. Didn't I have two item filters? No, how'd that happen? Now we're talking. So nothing got pulled in there. And I'm also just going to, for the sake of convenience, because it does have a long way to travel down that z-axis, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a speed boost, make it a little bit faster. It checks more frequently for the broken amethyst pick. Cool. So now it won't pull out the repaired amethyst pick because it does have to match with metadata. I checked that with Tema. It actually has to match with metadata and NBT, right? Right, Tema?
Yeah, exactly the same item.
Okay, so it has to be exactly the same. So there we go, it got pulled out. And I'm repairing it now. Remember I said the eye-sidedness of this block is on the to-do list to get fixed. Hopefully it will be soon. And then this will be totally automatic. Alright guys, we're back. The pick has been repaired. So now it's a simple matter of getting my item filter and placing it in there. And then we're going to have, let me take this out because I don't want this to actually happen. Unless, until I get the item filter on. No, not there. Stupid thing. Get back here. You go on top, please. There we go. And we put the item filter in here. So now, the amethyst pickaxe, which is unbroken, gets pulled out and sent down the same line that's trying to retrieve a completely broken pickaxe. Cool, right? So all I gotta do is put this in here and it should get pulled out immediately. And I'll even throw the 2 speed upgrades in there just to help it find its way back to the arcane bore a little bit faster. So it's going to, obviously it doesn't have a lot of searching to do because it's all one straight line, but it does have to make its way down that line. And eventually we should see the amethyst pickaxe land in here. Now once it's completely broken, it'll be sucked back into the chest. So a little bit easier and a little bit better for me in terms of making this thing rock. I'm pretty excited. Cool. Alright, now let's head back and do some more work on our whole AE system.
Okay.
Alright guys, we're back, and I'm getting ready to set up a little bit of coolness. Let's get ourselves a couple interfaces. I'm just going to ask for 4 and see how well I make out. Doesn't seem to be having a problem with that request. Awesome. And I'm also going to need a few cables. So I've already got 3 in here, but I'm going to ask for like 30. Awesome. So a couple of the main things we're going to have to do is set up automation around macerating and smelting. So that's what I'm going to do right here with my macerator and induction smelter, which is, ooh, I'm going to have to move this thingy, aren't I? Yeah. I'm going to have to put it on the front right now because I think I've still got something behind it. No, I moved things. Okay, I could probably... Whoa, is that a creeper right hiding there? Hello there, buddy. No blowing up everything, please. Thank you. Much appreciated. That's right, I think I cleared away most of this mess that I made back here. It was just a temporary setup I had for that water thing, wasn't it? Yeah. So I can put you back here. There we go. So what I'm going to want, basically, is an ME interface like that. Cool. And that's going to allow me to set up automation for my induction smelting, and not you. Macerator. And maybe eventually on the metal former and the extractors and the compressor. We'll get to that eventually. Don't need to have it on the MFE though, so that's not a big deal. What I will need to do is get out back and just run a few cables. And you guys can see we're definitely having a few minor tick rate issues going on, but I mean, it's not that big a deal, but it's just annoying. What, the spike just happened again? That's that, right? Is that orange stained clay? No, that's hardened clay. That's covers. I need a hardened clay facade. Please. Go, lasers, go. While that's happening. Yeah, we're getting like random spikes of tick rate lag where the server just locks up for like a few seconds at a time, and then like it is now, right? See? It's happening now, I think, right? Yep. And then we're fine again, but it's very spiky like that. I don't know. All right, we're back, guys. So what I'm going to do is run my ME cabling back here. Hopefully it'll look half decent. And then straight up here. And connect up with these guys. And I already placed the facade on the front of this thing, so you can see the facade there covering up that wire. So we're looking good. So these guys should be interacting now. And what I can do, oh, I can't do it with the induction furnace. That's going to be a nuisance. That's all right. I can, the induction furnace, of course, being the one I would most want to do it with. Well, there's a couple things I can do. You know what? No, that won't work either. Alright, I'll figure out a solution to the induction furnace, but let's see, what do we got? Yeah, I've got the redstone signal there. I don't think I can force a redstone signal otherwise. It'll probably have to be on the front. Gonna have to redstone the front. Oh well, I'll live. Just the way it has to go. I'm going to want an import bus, which I also already talked to my system. See? I'm having a lot of fun teaching the basic necessities of AE stuff to my auto crafting system. Oh, I need a ME basic processor. Alright, I can teach that system how to make one. Let's see, if I can get myself one of these. I'm actually going to need 2 of them. Come up here to the induction. I'm going to cook one up. And then we'll test this, right? What we'll say is one of you equals one of you in code. Go. Good. The only thing I then need to do is, if I put this in here, then we'll be good. Cool. Basic import bus. Because it'll craft it, but it still needs to get its way back into the network, right? There we go. So that'll automatically pull in. I might want to upgrade that, but we'll see. And then you can go in here. And what I'd like to do, actually, while I'm at this, what do you spit that out for? I think it just might be that tick rate lag that we're trying to track down is causing funny things to happen. Let's get some clay and cover up this hole that I've got. There we go. You can go in here. So now, if we check, we don't have any basic processors, but if I request an import bus or an export bus, it should figure out how to craft it. Yeah, it did. Awesome. So it smelted it, it did its thing. Perfect. So that's what I'm talking about. Now the Macerator is a little bit better because we can come over here to the Macerator and we can give it recipes, but what we're going to do is we're going to set up an auto eject. So automatically output to the first valid side. And I think if I click on the top of a block, then it'll be set to output to the top side. So if I put this in the Macerator here, what we should see is that as soon as we macerate something like cobble, for instance, it should go ahead and automatically output the sand to the top side, which goes into the interface. And interfaces, because there's no export config, will automatically import into the system. So that should be that. Awesome. Alright, next up I'm going to move this, and I'm going to try and make this as compact as possible. I'm pretty sure this will work, but we're going to have to test it to find out, of course, because you know it's what we do.
Test, 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 test.
Morvie!
Hi.
How are you?
I'm here.
I can see that.
Well, no, you can't. There's no webcam.
Also true. But, I mean, if you want to be, like, super technical, you know, I guess you can call that.
Yeah, okay, I'll be super technical. You can't see
Okay.
me, but you can hear me.
Fair enough. So this should work. Last resort, go into the chest, which is full, by the way, so I better do something about that. Not what I wanted to do. There we go. So what do we got over here? I'm just looking to make it easy.
I like easy.
Easy's good, right?
Generally.
Oh boy. Rubber banding, just a little bit. So if we had, I'm going to need a little bit more cable than this, but I'm just trying to keep it well hidden. Technically, I could probably touch right into this thing. Just need to make a little bit more cabling. And you're waiting for flux dust.
Fluids dust?
Yeah, it's the AE dust stuff.
Okay. Oh, yeah, now that you say it, yeah.
Okay. Come on, you can craft it. A little bit stuck there. Hang on, I'll be right back once this is unstuck. There we go. Finally got to the point where it's missing nether quartz dust. So, basically, to get nether quartz dust, we're going to need nether quartz. We're actually going to need two of them. One to get a dust. We'll let that macerate. It should throw the dust straight into the system, actually. It probably just used it. It did. Let's pulverize you instead. Everything's gummed up. So here's another example of when we'll be able to teach this thing. If we just toss this in here like so. There we go. You can see it's automatically trying to make nether quartz dust using nether quartz. So the AE system is pretty darn smart. I love this thing. Alright, let's hook this thing up. Remember, guys, every time you modify your AE system by adding cabling like I am right now, it does reset the crafting to-do list. So just keep that in mind. Cool. And I will borrow this guy, Mr. Precision Import Bus. That's going to go up here. There we are. Start importing everything for me, will you? And remember, stacks at a time mode. Beautiful. Now we're talking. Full automation. I'll even throw a few things in here I don't need at the moment, like this stuff. Cool. Alright, so we've got a pretty functional AE system going on. We do have a bit of overflow of storage of items, but we still have a little bit free, so we're okay. And everything seems to be running smoothly here. All cleaned out? Perfect. Alright, let me clean up the walls in here a little bit, and I'll be right back. And because I got tired of jumping up and down all the time to access my AE system, I figured why not toss down another crafting terminal right here. So I have access to my AE system in this room and down in the basement. Cool.
Well, that sounds like smart.
Yeah, right? I'll probably wind up putting it all over the place, kind of, have terminals in all the rooms that I'm often in, so that way, like, anywhere I'm at and kind of frequently hang out in, I can have access to a terminal. I mean, I've got everything pretty well automated at this point, so I don't know if I really need to run the AE system all around my base. Like, I might get to that point, but for now, it's really not necessary. I will probably want to automate having certain amounts of items. Like, I don't want to fill my AE system with rubber and stuff, but I do want to have access to the rubber. So you know what I could do? Oh, yeah, that's what I could do. It's not a bad idea at all. Yes, I'm going to do something like that. Hello, Mr. Player. How are you doing? Like the turbine needle. What's that mean? Oh, on the turbine? Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? As it's outputting certain amounts. So what I need to do, player, I need to set it up so that my geothermal generators only turn on when my energy in my MFE is like at 50%. I'm thinking I'm going to have to do that with computer craft. I think that's the only thing that can that aggressively detect the state of a block. Like, all the gates and everything are just like has energy versus energy full. Yeah, I could use more than one MFE, I guess. You're right. But they're expensive.
More than one MFE.
Yeah, MFEs are like 1,000 diamonds or something now, aren't they?
1,024.
Right,
Oh,
1,024
okay, yeah.
diamonds for an MFE, which is a lot of diamonds. I mean,
Yeah, it
I'm being
is.
serious. Yeah, I know they are. They're 4 times the power. You're right. You're probably right. I came down here to get a storage bus. So I'm going to need an ME interface or several. I'll just put a storage bus on here. I'll get 2 of them. So what I should be able to do, and I'm going to need a lot of cable runs for this, but that shouldn't be too big of a problem. It should be able to figure out how to make things now. Currently crafting nether quartz dust. So it's probably macerating that. There we go. Cool. We'll let that run for a minute. I should also automate, or I should also set up one of those remote access things. All right, I don't know if this is enough, but basically I should be able to come over here and put my storage bus on top of things that I want access to, like my rubber barrel. Boom, like that. I don't know where we are in relation to the whole area. I assume it's back here somewhere. I don't know where I am. Ah, there I am. Cool. Well, that's not so bad. It's a bit of a ways, but if I have enough cabling, it shouldn't be too big of a problem. Yeah. See, I don't have to worry about importing the items in the AE network. I just say, hey, you guys can talk. So this should allow me to have access to my resin. Well, at least my rubber. Lag spike again. I can always tell because the cables don't connect to each other. There we go, now we're talking. Oh yeah, right there. First item, 8,203, rubber. Haha, awesome. I'm going to do the same for the wood, actually, and maybe even a couple other things. If I do want to do this for the wood, I have to move this thing. Neptune, are you still around?
Secret line.
Cool. Do I have to export from a barrel on the bottom, or can I pull out the back too?
It has to be on the bottom.
Has to be on the bottom to pull out. Alright. I'll figure something out for the wood. Might just have to move it up one or something like that so they can kind of coexist. Anyway, guys, unfortunately we have hit the wrapping up point for the episode, so more Applied Energistics work next episode. I'll kind of work on getting the whole area situated. I would also like to start using those awesome new things from Applied Energistics that we kind of got a taste of towards the end of last season, which was the ability to transfer all kinds of power and liquids and items through the item, you know, through the whole network, so we can transfer liquids and stuff. We'll get to that eventually, but for now, you know, we'll figure it out. What I'd also like to do is set this guy to an export bus so I can export all kinds of, you know, stuff to him. Basically, these things. Yeah, that should be doable. Diamond, Certus. Yeah, I don't need to worry about that. But I definitely want to make sure that anything that comes in that needs to get pulverized and whatnot comes in through here. We'll get to that all, though. Alright, guys. For now, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you've enjoyed the episode, and take it easy.